Hi folks, so in the problem here we're faced with, it is a polygon problem, but specifically one based on a hexagon. Sorry, there, just went off the screen a little bit. And what we have to do is we have to do this DPD logo here based on a regular hexagon. So in comparison to some other ones that you may have drawn in class, this one here is when the hexagon is based on its point. And when a hexagon is sitting on its point, often the angle is going to work out to be 30 degrees, okay? Now, what we always have to first of all work out is, do we have the side length of our hexagon? Yes, we do. In this case, they tell us the side length here is 70 millimeters in length. That means that all side lengths of our hexagon are 70 millimeters. Now, I can see here there's a little white channel that's going to be running in and another one up here, and we're going to have to get those in a minute. But to start off, we're just going to draw the hexagon 70 millimeters long, and we're going to use the 30-degree angle when it's drawn at its point. So, to start off on my sheet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a point about here on my page, and from that point then, I'm going to use my 30-60-degree set square, like this. Just zoom out a little bit so you can see it a little bit better there, like that, and zoom back in. Too far there, there we go. Now from that point down here, at 30 degrees, I'm going to move 30 degrees to the right, rotate your set square over, so that the set square sits like this. Move it over, and now I'm going to go 30 degrees to the left. Okay, now the next stage you're going to do is you're going to measure with your set square, you're going to measure 70 millimeters from the start point. So from there, I'm going to measure 70 millimeters right to here. Little mark there, as you can see it right there. Now from that little mark there, you could do a horizontal line across, but rather than doing a long line across your drawing, just using this as a guide point with my T-square, that there is a little guide point, I'm going to make a little mark in here. That little mark there now is going to be 70 millimeters away from this point as well. Now, from that there, you can see here on the screen, it obviously goes vertically up. So from there, I'm going to go vertically up. And same on this side, vertically up. Now, at this stage, you could also measure with your set square again, but at this stage, I would often use my compass. Now, take the distance now that I have here of one side. Just mark that, make sure you're on the money. There we go. And I would take that distance and I would mark it up here, like that. Having marked that up, once again, use this as a guide, mark it at the opposite side, and now I'm going to go 30 degrees this way, rotate your set square over, and now I'm going to do 30 degrees in this direction. Okay, and as you can see, we have now drawn our hexagon. Okay, so the next thing we have to do, I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit more now, get that into the center of the screen. Next thing we're going to do is we have to get all the information on the inside, okay? So if we come over to our screen here, okay, I'll just full screen it there for a second. What we're going to do is we're going to measure from this corner, bottom left corner here, up 8 and up another 8 and down 8. From this corner up here, we're going to go down 8, up at an angle of 8 and then 12. And from this corner down here, we're going to go up 16. Okay, so we're going to use those measurements to our advantage. So, with my set square, from this bottom left hand corner right here, I'm going to measure 8 millimeters. I want to be accurate now, so 8. And then from this corner again, I'm going to go up 8 millimeters. I'm just going to switch over my other set square here because the visualizer is getting in the way. So from here, there's 8 plus 8 will give me 16. So you can see my little marks there that I've made. So I've done this corner. Now I'm going to move up to this corner. So from there, it's down 8. Okay, there's my little mark. And then I have to go along this line here. It's 8 and 12, which will add up to 20 altogether. So from there, there's 8 plus the 12. Perfect, happy with that. And now I'm going to go over to this side, and I think it's up 16 from here. So from here, I'll measure up 16 millimeters. There we go, 16 millimeters up. Now, all I'm going to do is, if you follow these lines and you look from that 16 mark, you can see there it goes down at this angle, which is parallel to this line, which is also at 30 degrees. That means this line is at 30 degrees. Likewise with this side, 30 degrees. all the lines up here then are all going down at 30 degrees. So to be able to complete this then, what we're going to do, just very quickly, sorry, put that there. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a vertical line up, lightly. I'm going to do a line across at 30 degrees, and it should, if we're accurate, that line there should go across to the opposite point, and that's at 30 degrees. And likewise on this side as well. There you have, I've got a perfect hexagon drawn. Now, from this point here, I'm going to go down. From this point here, the 16mm one, I'm going to go down at 30 degrees. Likewise, from this one, I'm going to go down at 30 degrees. You can see they're meeting in there. Perfect. Now what I want to do is I want to project from this point and this point up at this angle, which is also at 30 degrees. So set square, flip it over. There we go. So a line like this. And this. There's that one done. Now what I'm going to do is from this point, and this point, they're all going to go down at 30 degrees. So that one there is going to go down to the middle. Be sure. This one also goes down to the middle. And then this one goes down as far as here. Okay, I almost have it done. Now, where this line went down, and you can see when it comes and it intersects this line connecting from this point here in the hexagon to this point, where this line comes down and intersects it, that's going to give me a point right there. Likewise with this one, where it comes down and intersects that line again, it's going to give me a point right here. At those 2 points I've just marked, I go vertically down, and from this one, vertically down. Okay, and then what's helpful here is I have to get this portion over here. From that point there, I go straight up. So where this line came down, hits this line, and here, from that point right there, I'm going to go vertically up. Okay, the question is actually completed now. It's simply a case of heavying in all the important information. So, to get that started there now, outline is just going to use my marker. I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to start off with the hexagon on the outside. And this one goes up as far as there. So it doesn't go the full way there, because there's a little gap at that section. Likewise up here, does not go the full way, and the exact same on this side as well. So there's the outside bit done. Now I'm going to get onto the inside portion. I'm going to focus on this bit, there and there. This one will go up to here, this one up to there. And then finally, down here and here. Get this little portion done here in a second. 30 degrees up. And there you have it. As you can see, I've completed the DPD logo, okay? The little bits inside here with the little channels that are cut out of it are a little bit tricky because you've got lots of lines intersecting. So trying to find the exact points is a little bit tricky, okay? Finding this point here, this point, then finding this point to go vertically up from as well. That's how you complete the question, guys. Very important principle there is where we have a hexagon sitting on its point. If I just do a line off there, when a hexagon sits on its point, generally the angle will always be 30 degrees. Okay, that's the question done there, guys. I hope you found that helpful.